in traditional ancient cultures, music had this completely holistic role. It was not separated out of life. When there was a birth, there was a chant with it. When there was a sickness, there was music with it. When there was a marriage celebration, there was music. When there was work and harvest going on, it was accompanied by music. When somebody was dying, there were chants and music. So the whole life cycle was infused and carried by music. Now, I realized that when I traveled and stayed with those indigenous people, it was like, that's what I experienced. It was just music weaving through all ways of life. And then I was so sad because I said, I'm uprooted, I don't have it. Where are my working songs? Where are my mourning songs? Where are my celebrative songs? Because the only thing I knew was Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, Cat Stevens, Pink Floyd, all the songwriters and stuff like this. And okay, I could sing their songs, but they were not even in my mother language. So I said, where is my music? It's a little bit more blowy, that one. They always respond to it. I loved it when I was sitting in the mountains and I was tuning those ones. All the birds came. I had a certain bird who would always come on the certain pitches, and if I made bigger and smaller flutes. You see, in the ancient traditions, the role of music and sound was basically as the prime connector between this apparent reality which we're in and the unknown, the numinous, the mystic, the thing behind, above, below, within. They're the from Kalahari, Bushman flutes, huh? After this development of specializing in music, you know, music maybe even in Western culture up to the 15th century, 14th century, it had a pure sacred role also. Music was sacred. Yeah? Of course, it was also there for ecstasy, trance cults and stuff like this, but that was also sacred because it was connecting with another dimension. Now, after we have gone through with the industrialization and democratization of life and individualization, we went through this thing that actually music more and more became a commodity. It started even in India with the Muslim rulers. It was not only the sacred, which was music made for, but it was done for the king to please him and give him a good time. So music also became entertainment and became a commodity. And music became, with the industrial society, an amazing business. Because music, you can say, is kind of like medicine for the soul. So there is a strong need in humanity. And taking a look now at all this curve of evolutionary process, coming to SVARAM and your question, sorry for the loop. Because we are on the turn of this old paradigm of separation coming into a unified holistic worldview again. So we want to harness music as this life-giving, life-enhancing, life-supporting form. Yeah? And that's why we have music, we say those three sectors: music for personal growth, music for everybody, for creativity, be it for stressed out managers or frustrated kids or old and lonely people. Everybody can have an access to music, and music can bring something for them. And the third one, music and education. Basically, our project SVARAM started with a project I had written and was partly supported even by the central government in India. It was called something like Instruments for a New Music Pedagogy. Because if you take, for instance, in India, the music system, let's say if you're born in a tribal society, you have access and you learn what the tribe has. Yeah? If you're born in a classical, orthodox, Brahmin family, you have access to classical music and you learn it naturally. Yeah? Or Muslim music family. But the whole 90% of the mass of in between those two layers, they knew music only through pop music, popular music from radio and TV and film songs in India. That was the situation when we started with our young people. And everybody listens, but nobody is active with it. And so there was a strong urge, let's make music ours. Let's regain music. Maybe the same movement I had personally after my experience with the indigenous people. I want to have my music. I want that music is part of my life. And so that's the urge basically, I think, in SVARAM. It's working on those three layers.